Alan Turing was a British mathematician, logician, computer scientist, and cryptanalyst. He studied in the fields of mathematics, reasoning, philosophy, theoretical foundations of information and computation, and analysis of information systems to study hidden aspects of the system. He was a great influence in the field of computer science, creating a formalization of the ideas of algorithms and computation, creating a model of the general-use computer, and in cryptanalysis, with the creation of the bomb. Alan Turing was a leader who created a legacy in World War II intelligence and cryptology. This is an Enigma machine. Enigma machines were used during World War I and World War II for sending secret messages. Messages would be typed on it, and the lights above the keyboard would light up. The lights would be controlled by the position of the rotors, and each position gives a different result, due to wiring that connects the battery that powers the machine to being inside of the rotors themselves. Enigma machines come with 5 rotors, giving 60 different combinations to choose from. Each dial has 26 positions, creating 17,576 combinations. This creates 1,545,560 combinations. However, Army Enigma machines have an extra encryption. Located on the front of the machine is a device called a plugboard. This plugboard allows for 10 pairs of letters to be made, allowing the letters in the pair to switch with each other in the code. This adds 150,735,274,937,250 more combinations. When you do the math, a 1939 military Enigma machine would have a grand total of 158 quintillion, 962 quadrillion, 555 trillion, 217 billion, 826 million, 360 million combinations. This has to be unbreakable, right? Well, located 50 miles northwest of London lies Bletchley Park, the home of ultra-intelligence, the name for intelligence gained by the Allied nations. Here, people were working to decode any information from enemy nations that they could. These include the Germans, Italians, Soviets, and Japanese. It was also here Alan Turing devised the bomb, a machine that made decoding the Enigma machine much easier. Luckily, he knew of a flaw that led to the decryption of codes from Enigma machines. A letter in the message can never become itself in the code. In his notes, Turing writes, "Presumably the method of solution will depend on taking hypotheses about parts of the keys and drawing what conclusions one can, hoping to get either a confirmation or a contradiction. The method this uses is to take a piece of text and put a key over it to see if anything in the message lines up. How an Army Enigma machine sends its signals is first through the plugboard, and then through the rotors. It loops back around in reverse and eventually reaches a light. First you assume 2 letters are connected. Because of the coding system, you can also find out what other letters are connected to due to the circuit looping in reverse. You continue this process until everything checks out or you get one of your starting letters pairing up with something else, a contradiction. If that happens, you move on to another pairing with a different letter. If everything there is wrong, then the rotor position is wrong, and you must start it all over again. Turing noticed 2 things that could speed this process up tremendously. 1. When you get a contradiction, every guess that came from that letter pairing is wrong as well. 2. You can speed this up with electricity and solve all plugboard settings instantly. So Turing created the bomb to help speed up the decryption process. It can check each plugboard setting, then automatically move the position of the rotor and continue. It can go through every rotor position in 20 minutes. The ones that work are checked by hand, and you can find the key to the message this way. The intelligence gained from the machine helped the Allied side immensely. One of the biggest contributions was allowing Allied convoys to evade U-boat patrol lines, and guided Allied anti-submarine forces to the location of U-boats at sea after December 1942. Another combination were deciphered JN-25 messages that allowed the US to turn back a Japanese offensive in the Battle of the Coral Sea in April 1942, and set up the decisive American victory at the Battle of Midway in June 1942. Ultra contributed very significantly to the monitoring of German developments at Peenemünde and the collection of V1 and V2 intelligence from 1942 onwards. It was thanks to Alan Turing we were able to discover information about the enemy and use it to our advantage. Had it not been for him, the war could have lasted 2 to 4 more years, and even then, we may not have known how the war would have turned out. His creation of the bomb was a big turning point of the war. No? Okay.